Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they confused having an idea with doing something about it. That distinction sounds obvious, but it's quietly destroying more financial futures than bad luck, bad timing, or a bad economy ever could. Here's what's strange. The people with the most ideas are often the most broke. And by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why that happens, and more importantly, what the one shift is that separates the person who talks about the million-dollar idea from the person who actually builds it. Picture someone you know. Maybe it's you, smart, creative, full of potential. They see opportunities everywhere. The app that doesn't exist yet, the business their neighborhood desperately needs, the content niche nobody's touched. They light up talking about it. The energy is real. The vision is vivid. And then, nothing happens. 6 months later, someone else launches that exact idea, and instead of feeling inspired, they feel robbed. "I thought of that first," they say. And they did. That's the painful part. Here's the psychology behind why this keeps happening. The human brain gets a dopamine hit from generating ideas. Just thinking about a successful future, imagining the outcome, picturing the lifestyle, activates the brain's reward system almost identically to actually achieving it. Your mind doesn't fully distinguish between the fantasy and the reality, so you get the feeling of progress without taking a single step. Psychologists call this mental simulation bias. The more vividly you imagine something, the more your brain treats it as partially done. The idea starts to feel like an accomplishment, and once your brain registers an accomplishment, motivation drops. Why work for something you've already emotionally experienced? This is why vision boards without action plans are dangerous. This is why telling everyone your goals can kill them before they start. You're spending real psychological currency on imaginary results. Now here's the part most people miss entirely, and this is the pivot that changes everything. Execution isn't about willpower. It's not about discipline in the traditional sense. It's about identity. There's a study where 2 groups tried to maintain an exercise habit. One group used motivational self-talk. The second group simply said, "I am a person who exercises." The second group showed up at nearly twice the rate. Same goal, completely different result. The broke idea person identifies as a thinker. The wealthy builder identifies as someone who ships. The gap isn't the idea, it's who they believe themselves to be when nobody's watching. So how do you close that gap? First, compress the distance between idea and action. Don't plan for a week. Do one visible thing within 24 hours. Book the domain, send the email, write the first paragraph. Movement creates momentum. Thinking creates more thinking. Second, stop announcing and start building in private. Every time you share an unbuilt idea and receive validation, you drain the urgency to actually build it. Keep it quiet until there's something real to show. Third, reframe failure as data, not judgment. The reason most people never execute is fear of being wrong publicly, but a failed attempt gives you feedback. A perfect idea sitting in your head gives you nothing. Fourth, shrink the goal until it's embarrassingly small. Not launch a business. Launch one offer to one person this week. The brain doesn't resist small, it only resists overwhelming. Ideas are not rare. Every cab driver, every unfulfilled employee, every late-night dreamer has them. What's rare is the person who treats an idea like a debt they owe the world, something they're obligated to bring into existence. The wealth was never in the idea, it was always in the decision to move. You already know what to do. The only question left is whether today is the day you stop thinking about it.